Now, we'd like to apologize to our viewers who tuned in especially tonight to see Wilmington Mayor McLaughlin. Well, unfortunately, at the last minute, his plans changed, and he had to cancel out. But we certainly hope to reschedule the mayor in a future show. Instead, though, we'd like to inform you that we have another official of the city, and this name is Mr. Bob Burnham. Now, he's the executive director of the Wilmington Economic Development Corporation, which has only been in existence for 1 year, but it has had great impact on the vitalization of Wilmington. Bob, it's your kindness in appearing on such short notice is greatly appreciated.
Well, it's nice to be here, Bob. As you said, it's a nice night to be out.
It certainly is.
Yes, there is.
Now, what exactly is the Wilmington Economic Development Corporation?
This is a corporation that was set up by the McLaughlin administration about 1.5 years ago. And our function is to try to bring industry or businesses into the city, or to help businesses or industries that are in the city to expand. And in addition to that, we try to stimulate and encourage and finance, if necessary, projects that are going to be important, we feel, to the revitalization of the downtown sector of Wilmington.
I know there's quite a few things you've had your hands into. Now, how did all this get its start?
Well, I think that the McLaughlin administration determined that a corporation that was somewhat separate from the city, we actually have our own board of directors and we have our own financial assets available to us. And I think they determined that that kind of a non-profit, quasi-public organization could be effective in trying to revitalize the city and in helping to bring about financing and make it available to industries that want to locate or to expand in the city.
Now, I know that some of the special projects that you've been involved with has been, for instance, the dry goods conversion to a special farmers market, but there are a lot of other projects too. Why don't you tell the viewers about that one and some of the others too?
Okay, fine. We have actually done 26 deals or 26 transactions
in 1 year.
In 1 year, and so we're quite happy with that record. Created close to 300 jobs and well over $3 million worth of investment as a result of the transactions that we were involved in or helped to finance in part. In the as respects to the revitalization of the downtown of Wilmington, probably the most visible project is the Wilmington dry goods.
Yes.
And the thinking behind that is that the southern part of the Market Street Mall really needs something to encourage and to stimulate traffic down there, commercial traffic. The mall on a nice, lovely spring day at noontime is thriving, and there's a great deal of population out there, and the merchants are very happy. But after 5:30 at night, you could roll a cannonball down the mall, and there really is very little utilization of the mall in the evenings or even weekends. People do not really participate downtown in the weekends. So the Market Street Mall, when it was built, the old dry goods building was considered more or less the southern anchor of the mall, and that was to be a generator of commercial traffic, and all the surrounding shops would naturally benefit by the economic activity that's going on there in the dry goods building. The problem is that upon the completion of the mall, the dry goods went out to the suburbs, and that building has been sitting there vacant for close to 3 years now, I believe. And because of its strategic location and because of the large size of that building, we determined that would be a priority type of project to renovate that, to put something exciting and stimulating in there that would draw people back downtown, particularly to that portion of the Market Street Mall.
Now, did you go to some other cities, perhaps Baltimore or San Francisco, as a sort of a model for that?
Well, there's a marketplace in Baltimore called the Lexington Market, which was a particularly appropriate model, if you will. This was a food-related market, or is a food-related market, that is built inside old buildings that are down in an area of the section of Baltimore that could use some economic stimulation. And we had two bus trips to Baltimore showing this marketplace to merchants and to interested financial backers. And as a result of these trips, there was a lot of encouragement and a lot of excitement that was created, and we have received about 48 letters, I believe, from individuals or from corporations who wish to have concessions in the dry goods building.
That's terrific. You know, you've got the Riverfront Restaurant. Is that a Washington group that's coming in?
No, the Riverfront Restaurant is there is a Washington restaurateur, a fellow named Frank Prine, who is going to be one of the general principals in the development. Jerry Doherty, who is a longtime resident of the city and a native of the city of Wilmington, is the other general partner.
That'll be down by the old Sayers Brothers.
It'll be right opposite the Sayers Brothers in the portion of the waterworks which is not presently being used. And I think that's a very interesting concept because we've had a lot of discussion here in Wilmington about how to use our riverfronts. There's 6 miles of riverfronts. Why don't we do something with it? And here is a first concrete example of how a building can be made into an exciting use and make the river available to the general population. And I think that most restaurants like the idea of, or most cities like having restaurants on their waterfront, and this is what we are attempting to do in this project.
Well, we're out of time, but I just wanted to mention you're also renovating the train station, and you've got some mall projects going on, and you're developing the Christina waterfront as well as the Brandywine waterfront.
That's right. There's going to be activity on both parts of the city, the northern part and the southern part.
And of course, you'll be a big part of the future development of the city also.
Well, we hope so.
Yeah. Well, I thank you for coming on our show, and hope that you'll come back again, because we didn't get a chance to cover everything we would have liked to have.
Bob, it's a pleasure to have been here.